Welcome back, Keepers of the Flame. Okay, got the hair thing figured out. So my last reading was about leaving a legacy, dealing with bureaucracy. Seems to be a common thing. And making sure that when you leave, they don't have to pay you anything. So, if that resonates with you, go back and look at that read. This is for the folks that reading did not resonate with. I do not read archaic narratives here, so you're going to find that I read the Devil card different. I read the Heir to the Eye of Illusion card. To the Spirit of Illusion, I should say. The Hierophant card. I read things differently. So, a little bit of an oddball. And then I like to get collective spiritual downloads and pass them on. So a lot of my videos are going to be on what Spirit is passing on, how the energy we put out into the cosmos is transferred back to us, and how we're receiving that. And so that way, when we're manifesting as a collective, we don't keep manifesting what we've manifested as a collective. Because this is our manifestation. This isn't the work of a few billionaires. This is the work of a few billionaires controlling and manipulating us into manifesting their desired outcomes rather than our own. So our job is to figure out how our system has been corrupted by those particular influences and begin to choose differently. We don't need to fight back. We just choose something else. We choose to not pay attention. We choose to withdraw our pentacles. We choose to stop partaking in a narrative where everybody has to be arguing and hating each other in order to exist in the world, which is completely bonkers. It's freaking bonkers. Okay? Okay. And fierce compassion can't be given out until you realize that you are part of the collective, and if you are ignoring yourself, you're going to find yourself in a little bit of a crunch, because if you forget that you are part of the multi-dimensional fractal ecosystem, the whole thing's going to fall apart. Everything's going to fall apart when you're talked out of your own self. Okay? It's just how it goes. And that's what they bank on. They bank on you not taking yourself into account. And then they create a hierarchy off of that. So nobody's taking anybody's best interest at their heart, much less their own. So when it plays out in society, nobody has anybody's best interest at heart. Hence why you're seeing all the isolation right now. Nobody wants to hang with anybody, because it's like, it's becoming apparent that nobody wants to hang out with a walking liability, right? So we're, as a collective, trying to rediscover what it means to be human and not be a walking liability. That's a difficult task. It's a tall order, especially when we don't have any manuals on how to get us there, but we have more than enough manuals on how to self-sabotage on some Scarface Guy Daddy's behalf. Okay. So anytime you get authorities or hierarchies in your face, you need to be very vigilant, because they do not have your best interests at heart. And yes, I'm talking about all the spiritual narratives that are out there as well. All the religious. We're literally manifesting that right now. So, rather than genocide and all the other horrible acts that happen in those books, myself and my channel members choose to direct the energy elsewhere. Okay, we can't direct the energy in an appropriate way unless we can comprehend that by directing it in that particular direction, that's why we got the outcome we got. So you have to learn the landscape before you can just pick up your tools and go somewhere else. Because if you don't know the landscape, you're not going to memorize the energetic pattern that led you to that outcome. So when it's reintroduced and rebranded as something else, like a high vibe, there's high vibe, there has to be low vibe. Okay, and then they like to cut your tree in half, heart up here to up here, forgetting your own divine will, your divine creative source, and your divine root. Okay, so it's still the same narrative, just with prettier words. New words that take on your senses because they've dulled them into something that can be easily controlled and manipulated. So putting them through the filtration system that is your entire system, rather than letting them be hijacked once again with somebody else's narrative, is crucial. And anybody with a microphone and a camera needs to be vetted through your system. What's the outcome? Does this person actually have some evidence to back up what they're saying? Can I feel that in my body? Where do I feel that in my body? How does that feeling show up? Is it tense? Is it painful? Is it pleasant? And oftentimes we confuse fear with excitement, or vice versa. So we need to make sure that we already know. That's why we self-isolate, is to figure out how those things are maneuvering through our bodies. Because a lot of times it feels good. It senses good. The environment feels yummy. The people feel delicious. And then before you know it, you're in the same freaking box, the same narrative, the same, you can't speak your mind here. You got to be able to tap into yourself and then bring that to the collective. And when you get people that are like, you can't be that way here, you know you're in a lot of trouble. You're in a lot of trouble. So that's why so many people are isolating, and they're not light workers. They're just energy workers. If you are of the light only, you are probably doing more harm on the planet than anybody else. And that's because that narrative helps people off the planet by telling them if there's any darkness left inside of you, if you can't bring all your shadows to the light. The shadow is what gives birth to everything. No one conceives of any notion in the light. Nobody does. Because if it's in the light, you know about it. If it's in the dark, you don't know about it. Okay? And right now, we know a lot of bad stuff. And that's all in the light. Because we can see it. This is why when you hear stuff like people demonizing the darkness or whatever else, did you look what's in the light there, friend? I think the only place we have left to go is to dig in the darkness to see what we can come up with other than this shite show. Right? I'm just waiting for Spirit to tell me the deck is ready. Getting off of the last read. Is that it? Okay. So just yeah, outside influences need to be taken into consideration. I read sideways, yes. So her hair is streaming upwards, which means oftentimes you know, that intelligence that's within you it's a river. So look to your Scorpio placements. But it's speaking of that, like, flowing. So there's an energy that if you unblock it, can flow through up and down into the earth and out into the cosmos. That's your cosmic tree. So if you can get all the blockages out of the way. And here we believe the devil is the way shower. Not necessarily the way shower, but he will show you where your blockages are. He'll hold up the torch and say, did you want to look at this? Did you want to sit with this addiction? Did you want to sit with this codependency? Did you want to sit with this narrative of existing in this paradigm in this particular way? Or did you just want to numb it out with said thing? Okay. So that's the devil is the gatekeeper to the different worlds. We don't like that idea because religion tells us we gotta blame somebody for our bad decision. Find a billionaire and yell at them. Okay. Justice in reverse. Two of Cups in reverse. The Four of Wands in the upright. This is at the bottom of the deck. The Five of Swords in reverse. And the Moon. Okay. So you've had to drop a lot of things here. And so this is why you're up here asking for advice from a teeny tiny little fish. Okay. You're at your wit's end here, I feel like. But something in this loss, and this could be like a divorce or a company dissolving, like maybe you had a partnership that went away, but you're celebrating here. And you don't feel the need to be bitter about it at all. And maybe you had planned this all along. I don't know. We're going to have to clarify. Pardon moi. Okay. So. I feel like this is something you already manifested. I think you already knew you were manifesting it. I think you deep down wanted this. And you couldn't tell anybody about it. You had to keep it secret. Because this is at the center of your read. I'm not saying nothing. Sometimes you gotta do that because especially like when that's involved, people get vicious. You didn't get vicious here, though. You didn't get vicious. Why? Because you know yourself. You're in touch. You've got everything you need and you know it. You've got everything you need and you know it. So you're not being faced by this. Yeah, once you get down to that lovely little shadow space, you start glowing from within. And nothing really, I mean, like you can get some pretty bad shit thrown your way and you'll be like, yeah, so. Good bitch, do it again. I wish a bitch would. There is a phase of this that will have you in the season of I wish a bitch would. Abso-fucking-lutely. Because, like, you've come to the this is, like, really deep. You've come to the realization here that when people throw that shit in your direction, you just use it as alchemy. You're like, sweet, another brick for my fucking palace. Bitches, please. There is something to be said for going in this deep people get really scared of it because, oh, society won't accept me. And then you get the other side of it where like people go there and they're like, oh, this is who I am. I'm just gonna stay here and be this. But you're like, no, I don't have to choose that. Just because this was inside of me doesn't mean I have to become it. I want to dig more, but like I don't want to. If something comes up, this is why I don't like showing people the cards, is because sometimes when things pop up, I'm like, oh, that is not for public viewing. This is not. And I don't use the traditional tarot because I don't like archaic narratives. But the way this is showing up, I'm going to get clarifying cards, but this is why I don't show cards. It's because I'm like, nope, not for public consumption. This is somebody's private inner world that we are about to explore. And I'm not putting that on display for everybody. I don't think that's appropriate, I guess. And some people can because they don't go into that particular realm, but I dig because I think the people I attract anyway, my collective, is more on the expansive depth exploration side, I guess you could say it. But the Chariot, you're looking for a way to move towards your Pentacles here. See how he's got that necklace on? Even though it's a Cancer card, he's got a pentacle around his neck. Okay, underneath the Queen of Wands is the Six of Cups and the Six of Swords. Okay. There's something leading you forward, and it's probably from your childhood. Probably from, or it could be from like your teenage years, something that lit you up like a Christmas tree or a pagan tree. There was a relationship at one point. This doesn't have to be the same relationship. Does not have to be the same relationship. Can be. Doesn't have to be. But at some point there was a relationship that you had access to that energetic pattern of being. And again, this does not, when I say relationships on this channel, I do not mean some hoogity boogity getting down underneath the sheets. It does not always have to be that. When I say relationship, your connection to another human being, or possibly even a familiar, or yourself, or an energetic pattern in a metaphysical realm. Okay? So, something in the past, okay, mimicked what you thought this was. Or this person gave you the impression that this is how the relationship was going to go. When in actuality, not so much. But there's something there to be learned from your childhood and to get you to safer waters. You see how this looks sort of like a you-know-what in the water? That's why I love this deck. Like, it's just so great. So you don't want to put your anchor down anymore, where you need to let the ruin fade to white, right? So there's something here. I can't put my finger on it exactly, but there's something here who gave, that song by Madonna. I know where beauty lives. I've seen it once. I know the warmth she gives. I know the warmth she gives. I know it. I have that energetic pattern fucking memorized. And I swear to God it was here at one point. And it's not anymore. I know the warmth. I know the warmth she gives. I know it. I've seen it once. I've felt it. I've stood beneath it. I've stood next to it. Embody it. You embody the energetic pattern. Don't look for somebody else to do it. You embody it. Okay, sorry. We speak Togo language here. Okay, so 3 of Swords in reverse. Ugh, Mother of Cups in reverse. Okay, pissed off. There's your 6 of Cups again. Back to the what lights you up from the inside? What? Here, memorize this. See? That's what's lighting you up. I've seen it once. I know the warmth she gives. Yeah, if you can see it, it exists within you already. How dare you? Okay. The Father of Wands in the upright. So the Mother of Cups in reverse and the Father of Wands in the upright. Your masculine, feminine. Feminine is livid. Masculine. He's in full protection mode here. Waiting for the lightning to strike so he can see what the fuck he's doing. Ace of Swords in reverse. That's not enough to see. Oh, dope. The Mother of Swords in reverse. Dang, you've got a lot of hierarchy here. I do declare. And then you got the Moon in the upright again. Okay. So you done the inner work, but you are having a challenging time with the feminine energy. Challenging ass time. I mean, there's different ways to heal the mother wound. But you got both the swords and the cups here in a reverses. Okay. And your little swan here is pointing at your... Celebrate anyway. Freaking go Ace or 4 of Wands anyway. So it feels like maybe you're still searching in the Moon energy. And maybe it's because these two things are in the reverse because you know what this looks like. There's the Queen of Wands, which would match your Father of Wands energy over here that you desire. Ooh, okay. Whole nother layer. Okay, but this is inner pairing. This isn't outside. You know it has to happen on the inside first. You know nothing is happening on the outside because the outside is a reflection of yourself. As much as I hate that too, as much as I fucking hate that, I am with you. I will burn with you all day in that energy as much as I fucking hate it. I hate it too. Okay, I'm with you. I am not gonna get on a fucking soapbox and be like, well, you need to be blah, 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 blah. Fuck that, let's get pissed. Okay. It's okay to be pissed off. It's okay to scream into the void. It's okay to be like, God freaking frockin'. Okay? It's okay. We don't shame that here. We don't shame emotions here. But we do need to figure out how the fork we're gonna get through this. We've got the keys. We've got it. It's right here. We already know what happens when we... We don't need another red dress. Okay? We don't need another red dress. I'm thinking of the High Priestess card in this deck. We need some red curtain. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay. We've already made ribbon with it. Okay. Oh, that beautiful, wonderful, amazing creature from Norwegian-ish plains. Shit. She's got a purple house and a black house. But she's like, with the red cord around her fingers. Right? And so she's got them all, and she's like, and then she snips them at the end. Oh, I love stuff like that. Okay. So maybe that's what you need to do here. Sorry, did not mean to go off on that tangent. Maybe you need to do, I don't know what that, son of a monkey's butt nugget. I can't remember what her channel's called, but it's a blue and a black house. It's in the Norwegian. She does Nordic mythology. And she's just so soothing. She's just, she's one of those gems that you just don't get to experience all the time, so you just want to cherish her. Okay. Where she's, she's being totally herself and authentic and beautiful and glorious and graceful and just lives it. She doesn't preach it, she fucking lives it, right? Okay. What are we doing? What are we doing in this moon energy? Okay. I've seen the light. I know the warmth she gives. I've seen the light. I know the warmth she gives. That speaks moon and sun energy here. Because you've got it all over the fucking place, kids. You got it all over the place. Look at it! Look at it! Okay? So this is divine. This is divine counterpart. And again, it does not have to be here in the earthly plane. Okay? That's a tall order. That's a tall ask. I would not do that to anybody. Okay? So this is explaining to me that this needs to really be grounded in here. I mean grounded and anchored in. With some serious downtime in the subconscious weathers. Okay, so you've got the Daughter of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles in reverse. And the Seven of Wands in reverse. Even that's making me a little... Because that requires vulnerability. And oftentimes... That means death to a lot of us. But when you're just talking with yourself here, when you're just going within to find that beautiful inner light, right? And if you're like, I don't know what the fuck that is. Where are all the moths flocking to? Why do they come to you? When somebody talks to you in a freaking parking lot in the middle of whatever you're trying to do and tells you their life story, that's somebody flocking to you, okay? They need to tell you their life story. And you stand there and you fucking take it. Because that's what the universe puts you there for, okay? Alright? Alright. If somebody, wants to have a conversation about this, that, and the other thing with you. Another vulnerable card. Last! Okay, so... There's something here that's gonna really come online. Like a lot. And maybe that's what has your feminine all pissed off. Something's gotta fall. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Something's gotta fall. Two of Pentacles. The way you talk to the ethos, the way you manifest in the ethos, it's gotta become more vulnerable. I'll hold your hand and burn there because dingo dango, I don't like that V word either. Dingo dango. But again, this is just you with you. This isn't you on the outside of yourself because your subconscious is speaking to your inner light here. And you think that this thing is here. It's not. Right here. It's attached to your anchor and you're just like, where do I put it? Right here. Get in alignment. Don't put it out there. Put it here. This is your anchor. Right here. You don't need to outsource it. Stop outsourcing your anchor. See what happens, Larry, when you outsource your anchor? Don't do it. It's right here. The four winds, darling. Anchor your sovereignty in yourself. Stop looking to outside sources. nice in here, lady. Now you can call on energetic patterns outside of yourself. Again, I don't like using the word deities because we're moving something. We're shifting outside of this whole freaking thing, okay? I don't know what it is, but I do not like the word deity. And I keep asking Spirit, what do I use instead? Energetic patterns. All right, energetic patterns. You can call on them for assistance, enlightenment, to show you the way. There's invocations you can do to get the energy that you desire grounded in your being. Okay, grounded in your being. You can call on those energetic patterns. Trees are energy. You can call on trees. Heck yeah. Each tree has a different spiritual meaning. Every flower, every tree, every plant has a divinatory, spiritual, higher meaning that you don't need to ingest to get a hold of. You can just have that around you. You can grow it for yourself. What a collective need to know from the heart here with the Oracle of the Roses. Slow down. Read. The Flirt. I just got this the other day. Alright, here we grow. Number 8 for those of you who love your lovely little numbers. Okay. Opening your heart to a more playful and lighter outlook on what is before you will allow the space to see beyond any negativity clouding your judgment. Go through all options, even those that may seem rather remote, before making your decision. It is too easy to let something that seems good at the time get away from you, and for this to become your long-term and perhaps not substantial enough reality. The Flirt may know how to connect with others through a veil of lightness, but beware of what is on offer in exchange for the attention. Why don't you play a little, have fun a little, and experiment a little more? Meanings and uses: charm, playfulness, attention, connection, and confidence. Deities: Dionysus, Delos, Petithio, Lorelei, and astrological sign is Gemini. Native throughout much of Europe, the sweetbriar refers to the apple-like fragrance of the flowers and foliage. It is also known as a galante rose, and was also beloved by the English, that it was often taken across the world as a reminder of home during colonization. Now it is considered a pest in many parts of the world due to its invasiveness. It grows between 10 and 15 feet and needs full sun for most of the day and the soil that is well draining and fertile. Flowers late spring to early